The vampire, the oni, and the ninja with no Oxford comma. Look at you. 7 to 9 minutes. Oh, yeah, vampire. During my previous incarnation, right, yeah, I knew that I was secretly called Ryoko, real horror girl, Ryoko for short. I don't know who started calling me that, not in the least bit amusing, a nickname that purely holds me in contempt. This is what the boy in front of me put into words. During the previous conference, he introduced himself as a reincarnator already, so it's no surprise that he knows about me. However, given that I didn't reveal my name for my previous existence, why is this guy speaking that name? Hey, if you just freeze, I want to understand, though, just who might you be talking about? When I tried cross-examining him while being coercive, the boy, I think it was Kusama-kun, made an amusingly cramped face. Kyoya-kun, who was also looking over his shoulder at me, made an uh-oh expression as well. If you just stay silent, I won't understand, right? Hurry up and say it. When I tried increasing the threatening further, Kusama-kun's face turns pale and he sinks into silence. Damn, threatening had the opposite effect, it seems. Kusama-kun was the type to sink into silence when he was at a disadvantage, I believe. This is getting annoying, so I'll just use charm, I guess. Temporarily putting charm on him seems like the quickest way to get him to confess everything he knows. Perhaps he guessed at my disquieting thoughts as Kusama-kun protected himself. Hotokeza. Sorry, excuse me, please forgive me. While doing a dogezo on the bed, Kusama-kun gives a full apology. Speaking without pause, somehow after seeing that pitiful figure, I lost the inclination to cross-examine him. That being said, I'm certainly still furious, so if I let him off the hook here, I won't be able to calm down. I move to stand in front of the kneeling Kusama-kun and force his head to look up at me. When our eyes meet, I smile sweetly. Eh? When Kusama-kun responds with a tight, ingratiating, ingratiating? I don't know. Ingratiating smile. I instantly bite into the nape of his neck, which is a cold sweat slowly running down it. I suck up the blood that flows out from where I stabbed into it with my fangs. However, that was only for an instant, as right away my shoulder was grabbed from behind and I was pulled back. As I expected, when I turned around, there was Kyoya-kun with a grim face. Oh, oh, oh. Kusama-kun's mouth opens and closes like a goldfish while meaningless moans rise out. I lick off the blood trickling down around my mouth and turn my gaze to Kyoya-kun. I just took a little blood. With this I shall forgive his slander. Got a problem? Kyoya-kun seems to be about to say something, but perhaps he also thought about Kusama-kun was at fault, and he mutely releases his hand from my shoulder and sighs. Sase, I somehow feel a new door opening within me. Don't. That mustn't be opened. While pressing a hand onto his neck where I bit him, this pervert is spouting nonsense. Well, apparently it feels good to be bitten by a vampire, so maybe it's too much to call him a pervert. So, how exactly did you know it was me? Yes. We've been keeping records of what's been happening with the reincarnators after creating a list of all the classmates, so we knew about the current state of most of the reincarnators. Using that by process of elimination, we could confirm who was who, yes. Meaning most of the class have been found then? To Kusama-kun's reply, Kyoya-kun responded. Unlike me, Kyoya-kun had friends, and maybe there's someone he'd like to meet. Yeah, the majority are at the elf village, though, but Ogi infiltrated and was able to determine the identity of everyone there. There's also several enrolled in the academy at a neighboring country, and we've also identified them. Then, at the previous conference, there was the 3 of you reincarnators, right? Certainly we hadn't identified you yet, and the list wasn't completed yet, but I could tell who Wrath was from his face, and the same with Wakaba-san, then. Same with Wakaba-san. Then, since it seemed that the only girl who hadn't been found was Nagishi-san, by process of elimination, I figured she was probably Nagishi-san. Ogi did? I shouldn't have said that. I wonder if this guy's okay. I feel that he just leaked some pretty important information without batting an eyelid, though. But please act like you didn't hear that, okay? Okay? Sure. Well, we're already cooperating with regards to the elves, so I guess it's probably okay. Yes, safe! You're not safe. While Kyoya-kun did say that it's okay, he didn't say anything like not having heard it. This guy might be hopeless. Incidentally, is it possible to show me that list? Sure, no problem. I have a copy, so wait a sec. Saying so, Kusama-kun moved aside a pile of rubbish. Is this really okay? Isn't this more or less some kind of secret document? Just because we're all reincarnators here, surely that doesn't mean that it's okay to blithely hand it over so easily. I found it. I have a pen and paper, so feel free to make a copy. I'm not particularly interested, but Kyoya-kun is making a copy of that paper with a serious expression. He's completely different to me, who has no lingering attachment to my previous life. Thank you. You were a great help. You're welcome. Kyoryu-kun hands back the original note to Kusama-kun. Afterwards, I'll have to show this to Shiro-san as well. Somehow or other, I give a start when that name is said. Ah, that's right. I was told by Goshujin-sama that they were going to return, so I need to fetch Kyoryu-kun. This is bad. With everything that was going on here, quite a lot of time has elapsed. Goshujin-sama might be getting irritated at having to wait about now. Kyoryu-kun, if you're done here, then it's about time we return. Ariel-san and the others are already waiting. Sophia-san, how many times do I have to tell you that I don't want to be called by my name? I ignore what Kyoryu-kun is saying with a frown. Since I'm deliberately calling him Kyoryu-kun as a harassment, there's no way I'd stop if asked is there. Let's go already. If you don't come, then you'll be left here. I promptly turn around and head towards the previous conference room. Outside the door is a person from the church who guided me here. And not only that, I sense the presence of what feels like the human dark ops hiding in the shadows monitoring us, but I'll ignore them unless they make a move on us. There's no way that they would allow an outsider, or rather someone who could practically be called an enemy, to walk around freely without monitoring them. I'm sure that they heard the conversation in Kusama-kun's room as well. Kusama-kun, are you really going to be okay? I'm sure you won't be killed, but you'll probably be severely scolded at least. Well, it's nothing to do with me. I expel Kusama-kun's situation from my mind and quickly head back to where Goshujin-sama is. Oh, wait, yeah, that Pope. Our ninja is so rubbish that it's dangerous. Alright, cool. These chapters are pretty fun.